Hey, Sean here with Driven to Compete. Thought I'd take a minute to do a video on my WRX and talk about that. So let me do a little flip of the camera here and see if we can. So what we have here is a 2017 WRX Premium and a 6-speed manual. And I thought I'd take a few minutes to do a 10,000 mile review. This is my first Subaru, and you know, I thought I'd give an honest to God opinion of my thoughts on the car. I do have to say that, you know, ever since they came out with these cars, specifically the STIs, probably in '04, and since then, I've always wanted one. And when it came time for to replace my daily driver, you know, this is what I did. I went with one of these. So I did option for a couple of things, which we'll talk about here. First and foremost, I picked up the larger touchscreen audio system with the upgraded stereo system as well. So I did opt for a short throw shifter inside, and the armrest, adjustable armrest for height, the all-weather floor mats, and the bumper applique, which is just a thing from the factory here that covers. One of the first things I did after purchasing the car was I did put a clear bra on it, and I'll show you what that looks like. You can pick up just just barely tell it's there. See the line here. I wrapped the good portion of the hood, probably just over half the hood, comes down over the fenders there, so the whole front end is done. And then in addition, I went ahead and I had them do these guys, this piece across the bottom here, and we put a piece here and back here for purposes. And then I thought that would be enough, but unfortunately the the summer only Sport Maxes from Dunlop here are super sticky, and they pick up everything that's on the road. So I ended up what happened was I ended up picking up a couple stone chips back here, and I'll zoom in so you can see little stuff like that, which made me decide to put the one thing that I made fun of everybody else for, which was these Rally Armor mud flaps. And as you can see, I understand now why they do it, and you know, so a great addition, highly recommended. Even though they are a little pricey, just really helps to protect the car. I forgot to mention as well, I did have the mirrors done. So, other than that, the only other thing that I've done to the car is I tuned it. And we'll talk about that here in a second. Okay, so, I thought I would shoot this video from the back of the car, and of course I had to add my little sticker, which I got a kick out of. Nobody else in the family understood why I wanted that, but it's a Subaru thing. So anyway, I did a Modern Automotive Performance 93 octane tune. I'm kind of, I would say, frugal, to say the least. So I picked up a Cobb tuner off of Craigslist that somebody had previously purchased for a 2017 2016 WRX, and I went through Modern Automotive Performance, spent $75, picked up their performance tune, and I got to tell you, it's the best money I've ever spent. They claim it picks up 59 horsepower. I'm not sure if it's really truly there or not. I can tell you this. Previously, the stock car, the tune, had a couple issues that I didn't care for. First of all, there was rev hang in first and second gear. That was annoying. The other thing I didn't like was the car had it's drive-by-wire throttle. So what would happen is you would go to accelerate and it would be numb, and then just like that it would come on and it would pull like crazy to about 4,500, and then the car would just kind of like plateau. It was like it didn't want to go, didn't like the higher RPMs. So what I did was I went ahead and did some research, because I have never heard of these cars not wanting to rev like that, and Modern Automotive Performance said, hey, we can help you, and sure enough, everything's gone. The rev hang's gone. It's a very linear throttle curve, and it acts like a wired or cabled throttle and not a throttle by wire. So that's kind of nice. My only other gripe about the car, and again, I knew what I was getting into when I bought it, which is the ride. It's, I commute an hour and 20 each way to work, approximately 112, 115 miles each way to work, round trip. And the suspension, it took a while for me to get used to. Now that I'm used to it, I like it. I like the short throw shifter. I like having all-wheel drive, and overall, not a bad car. And so I want to give a shout out to Lancaster County Motors. They ordered the car for me. They didn't even have it on the lot. They ordered it for me, and no haggling. They gave me a price that they said go ahead and shop. I did. Could not beat it. So if you get a chance and you're looking for a Subaru in Central Pennsylvania, Jerry down at Lancaster County Motors, got to give a shout out to him. Got to give a shout out to Modern Automotive Performance and those guys as well for putting together a great tune that works for me. Now listen, if you're in a part of the country that doesn't meet the same types of requirements as Pennsylvania or Michigan or Wisconsin area, where you're similar height above sea level, similar humidity, similar characteristics, which Pennsylvania and Wisconsin are very similar, from the distance above sea level, relative humidity, so on and so on. So I knew the tune coming out of that area of the country would work for me in Pennsylvania. However, if you're down south or out on the West Coast, chances are that's not going to work for you. So you may need to do local tuning, and who knows, you might be able to pick up more power. But for right now, I just say thanks for tuning in to Driven to Compete, and I ask that you subscribe and continue to check back for new and hopefully interesting videos. Thank you.